Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Exam Buddy. In this video, we will cover our mock test question part 1 for software testing. In this video, we will provide you question and you have to answer it in 5 seconds. So let's start our question number first. Which testing level focuses on verifying interactions among multiple modules like M1, calling M2 and M3? So these are the options: functional testing, unit testing, integration testing, system testing. So your time starts now. And the answer is C, integration testing. Now let's go to our question number 2. True or false? Testing can guarantee the detection of all errors in a program. True or false? So your time starts now. And the answer is B, false. Now let's go to our question number 3. Which of the following is an example of usability testing? So these are the options: checking if software is visually appealing, verifying if the software is easy for users to operate, ensuring developers can debug efficiently, randomly generating inputs to break the software. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, verifying if the software is easy for users to operate. Now let's go to our question number 4. White box testing techniques mainly include, so these are the options: unit testing and integration testing, usability testing and performance testing, integration and stress testing, system and acceptance testing. So your time starts now. And the answer is A, unit testing and integration testing. Now let's go to our question number 5. A proper test case should contain, so these are the options: inputs only, inputs with expected outputs, only a pass fail decision, inputs expected outputs, and actual outputs recorded. So your time starts now. And the answer is D, inputs, expected outputs, and actual outputs recorded. Now let's go to our question number 6. When is a set of test cases said to satisfy test requirements? So these are the options: when each test requirement has at least one test case covering it, when one test case covers all requirements, when every requirement is partially covered, when requirements are checked manually. So your time starts now. And the answer is A, when each test requirement has at least one test case covering it. Now let's go to our question number 7. If criterion C1 subsumes C2, it means, so these are the options: at least one test case for C1 also covers C2. Every test case satisfying C1 also satisfies C2. C1 is weaker than C2. C2 always includes C1. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, every test case satisfying C1 also satisfies C2. Now let's go to our question number 8. What does assert false val1 greater than val2 return when value 1 less than value 2? True or false? So your time starts now. And the answer is A, true. Now let's go to our question number 9. An infeasible test path in a control flow graph is, so these are the options: a path not starting or ending at valid nodes, a path that no test case can execute, a path that always fails, a path that skips statements. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, a path that no test case can execute. Now let's go to our question number 10. True or false? There exist test paths that achieve node coverage but not edge coverage. True or false? So your time starts now. And the answer is A, true. Now let's go to our question number 11. Which algorithm finds the shortest path between nodes in a control flow graph? So these are the options: depth first search, breadth first search, Dijkstra algorithm, Cruikshank algorithm. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, breadth first search. Now let's go to our question number 12. In control flow graphs, a basic block is, So these are the options: a sequence of statements with no branching inside, a fully functioning body, any loop in the program, a random set of statements. So your time starts now. And the answer is a sequence of statements with no branching inside. Now let's go to our question number 13. Which of these test paths achieve edge coverage? So these are the options: 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 2. Both A and B, neither A nor B. So your time starts now. And the answer is C, both A and B. Now let's go to our question number 14. Which coverage is achieved by paths 1, 2, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4? So these are the options: node coverage only, edge coverage only, node and edge coverage only, edge pair coverage. So your time starts now. And the answer is D, edge pair coverage. Now let's go to our question number 15. A due path in data flow testing refers to, so these are the options: path from any node to exit node, path from a variable's definition to its use, path between two independent modules, path that violates branch coverage. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, path from a variable's definition to its use. Now let's go to our question number 16. True or false? Not every definition of a variable in code necessarily reaches a use. True or false? So your time starts now. And the answer is A, true. Now let's go to our question number 17. Which data flow coverage criterion subsumes prime path coverage? So these are the options: node coverage, edge coverage, all due paths coverage, branch coverage. So your time starts now. And the answer is C, all due paths coverage. Now let's go to our question number 18. Comparing source code versus graph based coverage. So these are the options: node, statement, edge, branch, edge, decision, branch, path, loop, statement. So your time starts now. And the answer is A, node, statement, edge, branch. Now let's go to our question number 19. A linearly independent path in CFG represents, so these are the options: path without branches, path not containing others within it, structural complexity of the program, path within connected components. So your time starts now. And the answer is C, structural complexity of the program. Now let's go to our question number 20. Which component simulates calling modules during testing? So these are the options: test driver, test stub, debugger, emulator. So your time starts now. And the answer is A, test driver. Now let's go to our question number 21. If method A writes to a variable and method B reads it, this is, so these are the options: parameter coupling, shared data coupling, external coupling, interface coupling. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, shared data coupling. Now let's go to our question number 22. Which testing method checks sequencing constants? So these are the options: random input generation, test that satisfy or violate constants, security testing, usability testing. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, test that satisfy or violate constants. Now let's go to our question number 23. What is a coupling due path? So these are the options: path from input to output, path from last definition to first use of a coupling variable, path across integration points only, path covering only prime paths. So your time starts now. And the answer is B, path from last definition to first use of a coupling variable. Now let's go to our question number 24. Are control flow graphs identical to finite state machines of the same code? Yes or no? So your time starts now. And the answer is B. No. Now let's go to our question number 25. Which constant is violated if write F occurs after close without an intervening open F? So these are the option constant 1, constant 2, constant 3, constant 4. So your time starts now. And the answer is C, constant 3. So thank you friends for watching our mock test question part 1 for software testing. Now we will meet in our part 2 of software testing. So thank you friends for watching our video.